Okay, I want to show you how to use the calculator spreadsheet with your investigation. The first thing you have to do is look down here and see what acid you're using and what carbonate you're using. And you can do things depending on what you're trying to do. Let's say I'm going to mix hydrochloric acid with sodium hydrogen carbonate. You can only change this number here. Here's the math that you don't need to understand, and here's the answer, which is clearly labeled. So let's imagine, I'm just gonna pick a number here. I'm gonna pick maybe 2 grams, but let's say for some reason I wanna have 40 milliliters of acid. So I can choose different things here to get about that 1.7. Okay, that's about 40 milliliters of acid, which means that 1.7 grams of sodium hydrogen carbonate powder will react with around 40 milliliters of hydrochloric acid. This is when it reacts 100%. So let's write that down here. 100%. That's what this means. Now, in my experiment, I might choose to change the mass of the carbonate powder that I'm reacting, or I might choose to change the volume of acid that's reacting. Both of these are your choice. Now, let's assume I want to keep this volume the same. Notice I purposely also chose a volume which is incorrect and I will not let you use. So I'm showing you how to use the tool, not giving you the exact right answer. But if I wanted 40 milliliters of this, what that means is 1.7 grams, 100% reacts with 40 milliliters of acid. So both of these are used up 100%. Now I need to have 5 manipulations. So I might choose a higher mass, I might choose a lower mass, and this is going to be a controlled variable. I'm not going to change that. Now let's say I say, okay, I want to use 1.8 grams. What that means is if I pour in 1.8 grams, 1.7 grams completely reacts with the acid, and then an extra 0.1 grams is sitting at the bottom of the white powder that doesn't react. So the extra 0.1 gram is wasted. So actually, it doesn't really affect the experiment. If I go up to 2.0 grams, what that means, if I pour that in to the same volume of acid, the first 1.7 grams reacts 100%, and then there's a 0.3 grams that's left over at the bottom that's unreacted. So increasing the mass isn't helpful. On the other hand, I could decrease the mass. I might choose 1.6 grams, which means that not that all of this reacts and some of this doesn't. So I'm actually making less gas, or the reaction goes faster because less of it reacts, or there'd be less gas pressure. So that would be a change. If I choose to have 1 gram, this means that 1 gram reacts with the acid. There's some acid left over, and so again, less gas is being produced, less volume of gas, less pressure of gas probably. It might affect the temperature change, also affect the pH. So instead of going higher than the maximum, you want to go lower than the maximum.